It's that time, everybody. I hope you don't mind me starting a little early every night. There's a lot of work to do, so I got to get after it. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to join the two wing halves. I'm going to cut for the compression spar. Let me take this off here. We don't need those right yet. Let's see here. Let's get this camera over here so you can see what I'm going to do. Okay. Now, in order, thanks for the likes, in order to have successful joining of these wing halves, we have to open them up. So let's put this over here. And what I mean by opening them up, we have to open the end up here. So I need to find my pen. Yeah, of course. Oh man, every night it's always the same thing. That's what happens when you do these live shows and there's no planning or whatever. I can't find what I need right away. Oh, there we go. Got it. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is open this wing up here, and we're just going to take this using the finger method. This doesn't matter because this is going to get cut away, but you got to have bell crank clearance, so this gets cut away, so that doesn't matter. Thanks, Craig. Okay, so you want to cut this away. So I got to match it over here on this side. And people say, well, you can't do that. I've done it like this forever. Okay, so now I need a sanding disc. Let me turn this light on so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see if we can find one that's attached. I'm going to use this slider in my airplane. I normally don't use these, but I already have this made. So we'll use this. That's plenty of distance. Okay, so looking for a sanding drum. Of course, I can't find one. There's a little one. Let's see here. I wonder if I can get one on this. These damn things are hard to put on. That one on easy. Okay, good. I don't have to monkey with that then. Now I need to tighten that up. Of course, I've lost the wrench. Yeah, we'll see if it stays on. If it doesn't, I'll have to do something else. So you just take and cut that out of there. Easy enough. Leave about a 1/4 inch. Damn thing's gonna slide off there. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a screwdriver with that. Okay, what did I do with that little screwdriver? I guess I could use an X-Acto knife. We can try it anyway. Yeah, it'll work. You guys getting anything out of this build? I hope. Some guys say yes, some guys say no. If you ain't getting nothing out of it, you ain't paying attention. Okay, now we can glue them together. So we need a little bit of wax paper. About a foot. Keep the glue from dripping onto the bench. Now some guys do this with slow set epoxy. I use 5 minutes for everything. You just got to get the hump on. You got one shot to get it and get it right. So let's set these over here. I want to take these shucks together and shim it and whatever I got to do to make sure it's square, straight. Oh, shit. Dusty. This has got a little slight bow in it. So we'll get a piece of 16th and see if that'll shim it enough. Afternoon, Marcel. Let's see if we got a knife here. Got a couple of them. That's good. Okay, sight down this again, see if it's square or straight. Could go up a little more. Yep, 3/32. So let's put that under there. There we go. The reason I did that is this piece of particle board or whatever the hell it is has taken a set. You know, it's kind of drooping a little bit. About 3/32 of an inch from end to end. And I want to make sure the wing is dead nut straight. So we'll put it back in the cradle. Right on the line. Boy, the dust got in my throat. COVID. So now I look pretty darn straight. So I'll put the clamp back on it and see what it looks like. Now you could CA it together, but I wouldn't. If I was, I've always used epoxy. Hey, Craig. Let's see, Robert. There's always a little something in your show that is new, different, or done differently. Like sanding the cutout you just did. I would have cut it out and then sanded it, yeah. Okay, let's see where we're at here. That's about as good as you're going to get. So we'll put a mark here and a mark here. Okay, so now let's mix up some epoxy, smooth it together, push them together, and we're good to go. Watch your video on Dr. Paper. Found that pretty interesting. Looks like it worked pretty good. I don't suggest using Dr. Paper anymore. It has some odd I mean, Dr. Paper came about because of the silk span scarcity scare. So we wanted to find a replacement. So we come up with Dr. Paper. It works in a pinch. However, the adhesion properties to the wood is not very good. I mean, you do what you want, but now that we can get silk span again, there's no silk span scarcity. I suggest silk span. Why epoxy and slow cure? CA is brittle, epoxy is flexible. So you got to have a little flex there. So we'll get this mixed up here. Of course, there's going to be some extra things that go in here. The compression spar, the tank box that gets cut into the front here, and that all gets tied together. And then, of course, the sheeting is all in one piece. And that's basically what holds the wing together in the center. Then, of course, when you silk span, you come with your silk span past halfway on this side, then you come with the silk span on the other side past halfway. So you got an extra strip right in the center that holds all this stuff together. Everything, I built a lot of I-beam wing airplanes. And when you look at an I-beam wing airplane, you think, well, this thing ain't going to stay together. Well, every piece depends on the piece next to it to hold it together. Okay, I only got a few minutes work time once I start mixing this stuff. So if there's the sound of silence for a little while, I'm getting my shit together. I only got one shot. You want to use a liberal amount of epoxy here. You don't want this coming apart. Come on now. So I'm going to be the human clamp for a minute here. I'll hold this together. I guess we can dab a little down inside this crack. Damn. There we go. Right there. Okay, I gotta sit here and babysit this for a minute. Let me wipe that off. I don't like that glue on there. It's already starting to set up. Yeah, that's it. Kicked off. So we'll let it sit there for a minute. Yep, it kicked off. We'll cut the wing box tonight too and open up the landing gear holes. I mean, I intended to run till 8 o'clock, so we should get a little bit done tonight. There won't be a Saturday at John's. It's going to be Saturday at the contest this Saturday and Sunday, I think. If I got enough bandwidth. Like, subscribe, and share. Super chats help with the bandwidth. So if you want to see more live streaming from the field, I need the bandwidth. That pretty much did it. hope it's straight. Looks pretty good. Get my long bar, which is where, there it is. Right there is the reason for the wax paper. It had been glued to that shuck. It had been screwed. Okay, let's see if it's straight. Pretty close. Pretty close. We'll hit it with the sanding bar a little bit. I'm doing this wrong. Got to get on the other side. I'm gonna have to put paper back down on this. It didn't want to stick for some reason. A little dip in the sheeting right here for some reason. So, what can I do to fix that? I guess it doesn't matter because it's inside the fuselage, but it just bothers me it's down a little bit. I'll sand it off. No problem. Okay, how much does this wing weigh? 5 ounces. Should. Let's cut the center section out. What the hell is with these messages? wish X-Acto made a little sawzall. We're through it. That's for the bell crank to swing. So, before I get too far ahead of myself, what are we doing here? Now, let's first see what it weighs. It better be 5 ounces. We got a good one. 4.9. .9 ounces. That's a good one. Okay, we're going to need to cut that box or plot the bell crank, I guess, first. Okay. .9 ounces. What do you guys think of that? Is that good or bad? This wing should be exceptional. I just keep watching everything. So we got the Winship carbon fiber bell crank. Let's see what this weighs. Now this is with the pivot and lead outs on it. Half an ounce. Half an ounce. I got some wire coming from Amazon, some 3/32. So we want to hold it back this way, so now normally I mount this a little farther forward, but and yes, it does matter where you mount the bell crank. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to mount this a little farther back because the landing gear in this model is way forward towards the leading edge. So plus I'm going to cut a box out here. If I move that landing gear or move that bell crank to where I normally put it, it would probably interfere with the tank box and the landing gear pivot. So we're going to move it back about a half an inch from where I normally put it. So we're going to put it right here. That'll leave me how much room for the tank box? If you notice here, I've been planning ahead on everything. This is the front of the wing up here, but we're going to have our tank box end back here. So I've got like 1.25 inches that I need to cut that back in the leading edge so that I got all this room for a tank and I can move it back. And you say, why are you moving it back? I intend to make this model light. If it comes out tail heavy, it's because I used too much paint. I followed the Dan Winship painting schedule and made the stand bend. So let's turn this around so I can work on it on the front side. There. Take that out. Now, before I close this thing up, I need to mark those landing gear locations. Glue right here and get that off so that the cap strip lays down. A little bit I could take off there, save a little weight. That's plywood right there, about 1/32 of an inch. Okay, I need my scale right here. All right, the tank box needs to be cut back. Inch and 1/8 is what I have, so we're going to cut it back just 1 inch. That'll leave me 1/8 of an inch to attach this to the top of the wing. What that does is it transmits the vibration throughout the whole airframe when you attach the motor mounts to the wing. So 1 inch. We're going to have to plot this correctly here. I'll have my pen. There it is. So 1 inch. How wide is this dog? I think it's to the first rib anyway. We want it 3, 4, 8, 3, and 13/16 wide. 3 and 13/16. So what's half of that? 3 and 13/16. Yep, got to get out my brain here to figure it out. 3 3/4. Clear. Divide by 2. 1 5/8. 1 5/8 plus a 16, or plus a 32nd. 1 5/8. So that's how much it is right there. I get my calipers, except I don't see them. Oh, good there. 1, 1, 875, 875, 6250 is 31 thousandths. So it's going to be 81. Check it out. Huh. The hell am I thinking? I'm off by a quarter inch. Well, how did that happen? Well, let's do it this way. Oh shit, I'm 100 thousandths off. That's why. My measurement. I said it was 3. It's actually 4. So we'll just make it. It's 3 7/8. A little bit hefty of that. 3 7/8. Okay. Two. How's up with this? 2. Try again. Should have paid more attention in school. Of course, I'm just getting old too. Okay, let's see how that works. Oh, except that I've got this offset here. I don't want it like that. Well, that's about right. 3 8/50. However, I built this wing offset so that I had room for the bell crank. That means the center of the wing is right here. So I need to extend that up this way. It's pretty close, though. It's a good. Yeah, it's close enough for government. Close enough for who it's for. I got it right here. Split the difference. Okay, now I got to figure out how am I going to get that square to the trailing edge. So I use this gauge here. My buddy John made me. We'll make it easy. You know, I've been a mechanic a long time, and what makes being a mechanic easy is having the right tool. It also helps with model building, having the right tool. Could I have done it without it? Yeah, probably. Evening, Chris. Coming down for the contest this weekend? We need to better mark the other side before I change the measurement on this. We got a contest this weekend. You better be there or be square. Okay, so now we got that line. We know they're both approximately the same. I mean, should be pretty close to perpendicular when I put the box in there. You know, this model building crap is not a science. It's just, hey, yeah, that looks good. Now this ain't a square, but I figured to hold it on there, it should be close enough. And it ain't though. I can see that right now. How the hell did that happen? That's pretty close. I guarantee you better trust your eyes because your eyes are way closer than you think. If it don't look right, it probably ain't right. So we're going to come on the other side of that rib. That's Good. So, let's see, I want to mark the center of this thing, which is right here. That looks about right. Well, it won't be blowing or raining this weekend in Dayton, so get on down here. Yeah, that's the spot right there. Nothing else you can come and watch or play with us or judge or something. Okay, so okay, and that's our tank box right there. Cut it up. Let's measure first. Measure twice, cut once. I certainly don't want to make a mistake here because I only got one shot. I'd have to rebuild the whole wing. It will be close enough. I've had so many people tell me, I wouldn't do that. It's ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I've done it on all my airplanes. Move the tank back, get the center of gravity back as far as you can. Get the concentrated weight back. I learned that from Ron. Man, I gotta get the heater going, or the air conditioning going again. Gotta detail glue this too. It's not glued in a lot of spots. Yeah, I wish I had a jab saw. Okay, it don't want to play right, so we'll fix that. Yep, feels lighter already. I don't think the plans show this, but this is a different wing. Okay, we now have a box cut out, or a hole cut in it anyway. Should be 1 inch deep, or thereabouts. Close enough. Okay, then now the trick is you can't leave that open like that. You have to place a rib. You can't have this open. So I'm gonna have to cut a rib, just a small portion, and well, that ain't glued either. Yeah, I got to detail glue this. This is not good. Okay, remind me to detail glue this. Sheeting's loose here. So first thing to do is we're going to cut some rib inserts for this. Then I'm going to cut this back 1/8 of an inch, and I'm going to put a spar from this rib to this rib stuffed inside there up against these ribs. Then these ribs my little half ribs that I'm going to make will cap that. and that locks that leading edge together. Then when I silk span it, I come down. Of course, I come over a half an inch in the center on one pass, and then when I do this, I fold it all in and tie that all together, because you want to cover this wing before it goes in the airplane, and that's what gives it added strength on this. If you just left it like this wing would fold right there. I can about guarantee that. Of course, then it gets the compression spar back here. So it has 3 spars holding the center section together. It has that one long 1/8" balsa and 2 1/8" basswood spars on top here that the bell crank floats in. Then, of course, there's also inside the fuselage a cap of aircraft plywood that captures that bell crank pivot from one side of the fuselage to the other. The only way you can pull a bell crank out of my airplane is to pull it through the fuselage, and that ain't happening. I've shown those videos on how I do that many times, so I won't rehash it here. I mean, you'll get to see me do it, but it won't be an in-depth tutorial. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking here, I need to square this up. So we'll get some sandpaper here. Let's see if this is what. Yeah, it's pretty close. Pretty good. You know, the engineer types, the Brett Bucks and the Ted Fanchers and the Paul Walkers, they talk about moment of inertia. Hola, buena noche. They talk about moment of inertia. Well, I talk about mass. You want to get all that concentrated weight back towards the center of gravity, but you still got to keep it balanced. So that's why I use a lot of prop extensions on my airplanes. I move the motor back. Still got a long nose moment, but the concentrated weight is moved closer to the center of gravity. Now, why can't I get that straight? This side is straight, the other side is not. Why? I'll turn it over and we'll make it straight. Like these eyeball 90s. That looks pretty good. I'll do this one. A little more. You know what? Let's knock that hard piece out of there. That's what's giving me a fit. Tomorrow I gotta put a lift gate on. What a bummer. I hate that. That's how I hurt my ear. Welding underneath the truck, damn spark went right down my eardrum. I lost 50% of my hearing in my right ear. Doctor wanted to do an operation on me. I said, explain it to me exactly what you're going to do. He said, well, we're going to cut your ear off and peel it back and work on the ear. I said, no, that's all right. I don't have that much longer left. I'll just keep it as is. When was the last tetanus shot? Oh, 1974. Shit. Okay, I need a drink of water. Get us a Propel Berry. Let's see. What are you guys going to do when I croak? You going to come get these airplanes? I got lots of them. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Bob Hunt's video of the man in his museum. I'm hoping someday Bob will give me permission to run that on this channel. But Billy pulls out all these airplanes. I got just as many. Except I'm not a world champ. He's a world champ. Okay, let's cut this back. What are we going to do here? Let's get us a rib. Okay, we're going to use this rib right here. That's this one. So we need to make us a... You'll fly over to get your hands on one of mine, huh? That's 16th. I guess we could make it out of 3/16, these two small ribs, because we're going to sand them back anyway. Come on, where's the pen? Man. Is that going to be enough? Yeah. Man, I got something in my throat. Must be the crud. Why the hell is it so hot in here? Closer to 70 than 60. I've seen a few summers. Okay. So we need to pin this on. I think this is going to work okay. I normally use 8, but on this wing I think I'm going to use 3/16 because I'm going to sand it completely flush to the inside of the fuselage, and that'll give me an extra 1/8 of an inch to play with. 16th on each side. So we're going to go with this one. Hope this works. If not, I'll have to plan B. Dan, if you're in that chair watching, you better get out in the garage and start sanding. You only got a few more days to get that airplane ready to go for this weekend. Okay. I have my little half rib sanded to shape. See if it fits in there. Hmm. Hmm. See, it goes that way. Come on now. Don't give me a fit. Can't reach it. It's pretty deep. Pretty deep. Let's see here. I guess I could move that. Gotta go around. Try to stick. Come on now. There it is. Okay, now I can mark it. Gee, that took a while. And back out it comes. I didn't say it was easy. I just said it was doable. Come on. Come on. There we go. That goes on the left. So we cut this one off. Okay, back in it goes. Man, it just, because all these cameras and stuff here, it's hard for me to get at. There, the camera's in the way. I gotta back it up. I don't have any room here, so. See what I could do, I could just put a drop of glue on it, stick it to my finger, and put it where it belongs. Come on, get on there. Oh. Like building a ship in a bottle here. There we go. There we go. Need a little bit of glue on it so I can reposition that knife. There's a drop of glue right there, and that'll hold it. Of course, the glue bottle won't work. Like I'm out of glue. Damn. Can't win. What about this bottle? This thin set. Yep, super thin. It ain't gonna come out of there. Nope. Can't win. Can't win. I'm out of that other glue. I don't know how that happened. It must have dripped out on the ground. Try this. There we go. I'm out of Bob Smith. I'm using some other off-brand stuff. Yep. Well, get right where you belong. Yay. Hold it there. Need about 5 hands here. Okay, we need to. We got it tacked anyway. It's tacked, but I'm gonna need to get that glue going. So I think what I'm gonna do is transfer the glue from one bottle to the other bottle. That has a good tip on it. That tip is shit. So we'll do that. Okay, that should be enough glue to finish the model, that's for sure. Come on. There we go. Let's see, is it coming out? Will when I cut the end off. Yeah. There we go. Should come out now. It doesn't. What the hell is going on? There it is. At least now I can detail glue it. I got a decent glue bottle with a snorkel on it. Okay, what I went that rigmarole I went through is to get that in there. There we go. We got her now. So I can't do that. I need to make this cross piece. I think we're going to make that out of 8. So we want to cut this back 1/8 of an inch. What I'm doing now, I'll see if we can get a spot on it. This rib right here, I'm going to cut back 1/8 of an inch. Just like that. Just like that. Same with the other side. And I didn't detail glue this at all. So remind me to go back sure and make sure I detail glue this whole thing because it hadn't been. That's why it's 4.9 instead of 5. Enough glue on it. We got it now though. You don't get this center section built right, it could be disastrous. Most guys do not cut this notch out of their airplane. We're going to have to notch that back, but we know there's epoxy in there, so we use the Dremel to do that. This stupid thing wants to hunt. Where are we at? 8 o'clock. So it's time for me to call it a night. We'll come back tomorrow night and finish this up. Looks like I got quite a bit more work to do than I thought. Time for me to burn a TV dinner and hit the rack because It's earlier in the morning for me. So we got the wing completed, together. Of course, there's still some more work to do. I need to make another one of them quarter ribs. Oh, no problem. Quarter ribs, and then the spar insert that goes in here. Probably going to have to cut those spots loose right there so that I can get it to slip down in there. But we'll try. We might. I might just use 16th. I don't know. Because it doesn't have to be much. It just needs to tie everything together, get the load bearing right. Free flight airplanes don't have a whole lot of plywood and crap in them. We don't need that shit. And I can't believe that I did not detail glue any of this. We'll get it though. Yep, still loose. Oh well. All right, guys, gonna call it a night. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Put it out on Facebook, Twitter, CloudHub, Gab, Frank Speech, whatever. Let's get control line to grow. So, I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, or thereabouts. Keep your calendar clear. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.